I have been in business for over 15 years. And let me just tell you, my businesses have not always been profitable. It's been real crazy. But I learned over the years how to turn my businesses into profitable ventures. And today what I'm going to do is kind of give you a little blueprint in terms of how you can do the same. So I want to set the scene for you. This was 15 plus years ago. I was a social worker at a large hospital in Baltimore. And I had a dream and a vision to become a speaker, a motivational speaker, a keynote speaker. And I knew I had the skills and the ability to do it. So what I did was I did a lot of research on speaking, and I came up with the thought that in order for me to really grow my speaking business, I needed to quit my job. So that's what I ultimately did was I quit my job to start this amazing speaking business. And then there were crickets. It took me a long while before I learned how to actually grow a profitable speaking business. Now, let me say this. So many of you tell me that you want to grow speaking careers and that you want to quit your job to do so. And I advise you all the same way. And I say, yes, speaking is an amazing career, but don't quit your job to do it, because it is hard. Now, I have another class here, how to grow a business while working your full-time job. And so if you are still working a full-time job, please go look at that video. I really drop some gems and nuggets on how to really grow a business while you're still working full-time. A lot of us, the faulty thinking that we have when we start our own businesses is that we need more time to grow our business. No, what you need is a job that's going to provide you with stability while you are able to grow your business, because the amount of stress on this other side, if you don't have some kind of money coming in, is astronomical. And what you're doing is you're asking a baby to perform as an adult, because when you first start a business, it's a baby. But then you turn around and you want that business to perform and give you all this cash flow, but it ain't learned how to do that. Right. So that's my 2 cents on that. But go back and watch that video. So here I had to go back as a contractor and learn how to grow this business. And I ultimately did learn how to grow the business. And these are some of the things that we're going to talk about. And we're going to talk about some ways you can learn how to grow a profitable business based on your passions and stuff. And so let's start right there. Some of you want to grow businesses because you just think the business is going to make money. Let me explain this to you. You start a business because businesses make money. The purpose of business is to make money. I get that. But you don't start a business solely because that business makes money. Here's what I mean. You don't just go out and be a realtor like I did because somebody told you real estate makes money. That was me. I heard that you can make a lot of money being a real estate agent. So I went out and I got my realtor's license, and I thought I was going to love it, but I didn't. And guess what? Because I wasn't passionate about it, it didn't last. Yes, there were people in that business that was making money, no doubt, but I wasn't passionate about it. So as you think about this business that you are about to embark upon, if you haven't started your business yet, you gotta be passionate about the business that you want to start. If you don't know that yet, then the next thing that you need to focus on is you got to understand your strengths. For me, I knew without a shadow of a doubt that my communication, my ability to motivate and encourage women was a gift. And yes, guess what? You may have the gift as well, but the difference is me and you. You have your gift, and it's going to come to you, and it's going to come from you the way that you actually share it with the world. Mine is going to come from me the way I share it with the world, which makes us both very much unique. But if you don't know that and you can't articulate that, then it's going to be hard for you to grow your business. So number one, you have to be passionate about it, not just because it makes money, but because you're passionate about it. And number two, you have to understand your strengths, your unique gifting. What I'm about to share with you next, if you don't do these steps when it comes to a business, chances are you won't get very, very far. So there are a couple things that you need to do. You have to create a mission, a vision, and some goals for this business. So number one, I need you to figure out what is the goal of your business? What do you ultimately want to do with your business? Let me give you an example. My first business is Kiki Ramsey International. That's the business I started 15 years ago. And I knew that this was a company that I would really probably have forever. So I have this business, but I've always had a vision that I would have a business that I could ultimately grow to a large scale and then potentially sell the business. And I also had a goal of not being the only person to work in my business. I didn't want to be the end all, the beginning and the end of my business, meaning I didn't want the work product to come just from me. I wanted to be a CEO of a company where I had other people fulfilling the requirements of the work, right? So I've always known this. Like, I've been an entrepreneur for a very long time. Even when I was a kid, I used to sell candy out of a suitcase in middle school. Don't mess with me, okay? So I've always had that vision of having a larger company. So PPCaDI was born, the Positive Psychology Coaching and Diversity Institute, aka PPCaDI. And we're in the process of growing PPCaDI to a global organization where we have a full, diverse roster of coaches, and we're serving companies even during these hard times, y'all. Don't be fooled, because people are still holding true to their values of DE&I during these times. So we're serving these companies, and then who knows, down the road, we might possibly sell her. But that's what I'm talking about when I say goal. So I need you to figure out what your goal is. And then on top of that, right, I need you to figure out what your mission and the vision of your company is, because these are the things that are going to keep you in this business. This is all of what I'm saying to you is going to help you be a profitable business. We're going to get into a couple strategies, but if you do not have this foundation, you are not going to be successful. I've seen it happen over and over again. I've been a coach for 15 years. I've seen it happen, right? So at the end of the day, mission and vision. My mission, in Kiki Ramsey International has always been to help women change their lives for the better. Now, how I word the mission and the vision for Kiki Ramsey has evolved over years. Right now, my mission is to help women find their God-given purpose and discover the career or business that they love and make money while they're doing it. Because I believe that we all deserve to understand our purpose in life, share those gifts with the world, and make a great living. So that's evolved over the years, but it's still under the umbrella of helping women change their lives for the better. Ain't nothing changed about that. With PPCaDI, our mission is to create positively diverse leaders and inclusive workspaces. That's our mission. And our vision is to change the face of leadership, period. Because leadership in today's day don't look like me. And if we leave it up to the sitting president, it won't ever look like me. Okay? Because I have no merit. Although I have a PhD and I'm a master certified coach with the International Coaching Federation. But that's neither here nor there, because we're talking about you growing your business. You got to figure out your goals for your company, your mission, your vision. You have to be strong in the area, and you have to be passionate about it. That's your foundation. If you don't start with that foundation, it is going to be extremely, extremely hard for you to move forward. The next thing I want you to do is figure out what your legal structure is going to be for your company. Yes, you can start a business under your name and Social Security, but it's probably not what you want to do, because it doesn't give you any protections if somebody were to sue you. And you get most of your tax benefits when you have some kind of structure like an LLC, S Corp, C Corp, something like that, right? You can get more tax benefits from being that. And so why start a company if you ain't gonna be able to get the tax benefits to do so? So figure out your legal structure, because once you do that, you're ready to move forward. Nothing is more important in your business than business development. We need to have marketing. We need to have website. We need to have all these things. We need to have all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you need to learn how to get clients. And this is how you ultimately become profitable, is that you get really good at BD, or you hire somebody to help you with the business development of your organization. It is hands down the most important thing. Let me tell you this. One of the things when I was in another company, I had this mentor, and he was like, I'm gonna give you the secret to success. This secret, hands down, to success, you'll never go hungry. You'll never, ever, ever go hungry. You will always have so much money in the bank. And so I'm sitting there. I'm so excited to get this secret to success. My husband was with me. I was like, yo, we about to learn. We about to learn it, baby. This the day. Y'all, I am so extra sometimes. But, my top strength is zest, honey. I can't help it. So I'm sitting there. I am pumped up about literally getting the secret to success. And here's what he said. 2 names a day keeps poverty away. What? I'm not kidding. It's like 2 names a day keeps poverty away. I was so disappointed. Baby, I was distraught. I'm like, you mean to tell me I got myself all pumped up and hyped up for you to tell me about some 2 names a day keeps poverty away? I was pissed. I was so mad. But here's the truth. He ain't never lied. Oh, man. He ain't never lied about that. 2 names a day keeps poverty away. That means you need to be having conversations with at least 2 people every single day. That is what is necessary for you to grow your business as profitable. So over the years, I took that to heart and I started getting very, very savvy about building relationships with people. In the beginning, because this was a network marketing company, they used to teach you how to prospect out in public and stores and stuff like that. That feels cringy to me. I don't do that. But I am very good at building relationships, building conversations, and getting those names, even in the circles that I roll in. I don't know about you, but I got kids, small kids, and I have an adult son as well. But my small kids have me in different parent circles all the time. And guess what? One of our largest clients I got because our kids went to daycare together. We started having conversations. I talked to her about what I do. She introduced me to the right people at her organization, and we ultimately got a contract with that organization. So that's me always thinking, right? Because here's the thing. If you are passionate about starting a business, you should be hands down over the heels in love and know that your business is going to help people. And you should want to get your business in the hands of every single person that it can help. So for me, with Kiki Ramsey International, in terms of, all the speaking, I hands down know that I'm a phenomenal speaker now. I needed help in the beginning, of course, because we have to learn, right? But now I can ignite a room when I go in it. I make people get excited. I make people laugh. I make people dance, all those things, right? I know that you bringing me into your organization is going to ignite the whole entire conference. I want to get me into the hands of every meeting planner and every conference there is, because I know that I will be able to change lives with the stories that I tell. Same thing for PPCaDI. Right now, DE&I is under attack in our country. This administration is trying to erase the very being of people of diverse background. It's insane. I belong here just like anybody else. You belong here just like anybody else. And so I know that what I teach, which is positively diverse leadership, helping people work from a place of strength so that they can build better relationships and communicate better to ultimately become inclusive, is something that every organization in this country needs. I know that. So me going out there, having these conversations don't make me feel bad. They actually make me feel excited, because I know I have something that will help you or your company. And you have to be that resolved in the business that you're starting, because you ain't bothering people. You're going to help them. And people want to be helped. What people don't want is to be sold to, but they do want help. And so you have to figure out a way to begin building these relationships, getting your 2 names a day so that you can build your business. Here's the thing. When it comes to selling and developing business, how you do that is through relationships. So you're not sending out an email or a text or whatever to a specific person saying, hey, you know what? My name is Dr. Kiki Ramsey. I'm the founder of, PPCaDI, and I want to, sell you some services. That's not what you're doing. What you're doing is saying, hey, I noticed that we have some synergies. I'd love to, chat and have a call with you, get to know you better, get to know what's, going on with you, or you start off real slow and just start building a relationship. And then at some point, you will be able to build up enough rapport with that person to then say, hey, you know what? This is what I do. I think it could be really helpful for you, especially if you're just starting out. If you are already in business and you're finding it difficult to grow and to have the amount of resources you need to solely focus on business development. You need to solely focus on reaching out to past clients, reaching out to friends and family and letting them know that you are open for business and that you need a referral to another company that they might work for or something like that. That's your only mission. Your goal is to have 1 to 2 clients or calls on your calendar every single day. And if it's not your calendar, if you got somebody working for you, they should be reaching out to several people every single day so that they can have these conversations. Because remember, 2 calls a day keeps poverty away. So we've gone over a couple things in this class today. You need to be strong in your business. You need to be passionate about your business. You need to understand the goal of your business, your mission and vision statement, and you need to focus solely on business development. And yes, marketing is in there, right? And that's a whole nother class, right? How do you market your business for profitability and for success? That's a whole nother class. And I might, let me know in the comments if y'all want me to, teach that class next. But these are the fundamental, and I'm giving you the playbook. If you do just what I told you and focus on business development, you'll start having money come in. It may take a little time to get you up and running, but you will start having money come in. And if you're scared, I need you to do it anyway. Pick up the phone and do it in any way. And don't care about what people think of you. And I know that's hard. Everybody got trolls. If you're doing enough in the marketplace, if you're doing enough on your job, if you're doing enough in your business, if you're showing that you matter and you're showing up for your life, you're going to have haters. But you know that saying, let your haters be your motivators. You're going to have people that don't like you. But that, like Tabitha says, that ain't your business. You could not like me, but I'm also put here on earth for a purpose. And it is my job to share my gifts and talents with the world. You were placed here for a reason, and it is your job and your job alone to share your gifts and talents with the world. I hope that this was helpful to you. Please do me a favor, like and subscribe to my channel, because we are trying to blow this thing up. We're trying to get to my mission, which is to help millions of women discover their God-given purpose and the career or business that they love and make more money while doing it, right? So that is my goal. So please share this class with a friend, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to be in a community with me, I invite you to come on over to Thrive Society. It's absolutely free. So go ahead on to drkiki.com and subscribe or join Thrive Society. I love to see you there and have some real conversations. You know that you have the ability to create your own happiness, and that's what this is all about. You got this beautiful gift inside of you. So let's go out there and create these profitable businesses. Until next time, peace.